Okay, so I was looking at the window. So, welcome everybody. Um, I'm just gonna have a random talk with some of you people, some of you guys or ladies or whoever's on here. I'm just gonna have random talk. So, uh, I have something first of all. Okay, so hold on. I'm back. I just had a little thing of cutting. I mean, of getting some stuff that I needed to get for this live. So this is just a random live. Uh, let me know if who's watching. So there's a new system on this app that I mean a new feature that supposedly says you can live stream with other people. So if any one of you has a YouTube channel, you could let me know if you guys want to live stream someday with me. Like say when I go somewhere. But I have to only live stream with this app, the YouTube app, the native YouTube app. I can't do it on Streamlabs. I can't do it on Prism. I can't do it on. I guess those are the only two that there is. But at the moment, I'm not able to use either app because, like you guys already know, the Instagram and it's Instagram and Prism that have the same issue where if I go live, it has static. It has a lot of static. So if I go live on YouTube, it just works great. So that's the only issue. And then Streamlabs at the moment is not working for me. I mean, the YouTube portion of Streamlabs doesn't work for me. But if I go on to Facebook, then it just magically works. I don't understand how it doesn't work for YouTube. So I've always had issues here and there with the YouTube platform, with the Streamlabs. And then Prism, like I just said, it has the static. So those are the only two apps: Instagram and Instagram and Prism don't work. So I've been trying to use Instagram, but Instagram is not working properly, so I can't go live. Which I've wanted to go live for a long time on Instagram. I've deleted the app. I've un- I've deleted the app. I've reinstalled the app. I've cleared the cache on the app. I've done everything I could, and it doesn't work. So I don't understand. So uh oh, the first thing I want to talk about. I mean, the first thing I want to get through on the yeah, the first thing I want to get through the app is that, as I told you guys, that I was sick for I don't know how long I've been sick, but I've gone to the doctor and they've prescribed these pills that say that they're on the, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's on onden centron on onden cetron HCl 4 milligrams tablets, which says generic for Zofran, and then they've been saying take 2 tablets by mouth twice a day, which I did that. I took them all. See that? There's nothing in here anymore, as you guys can see. There's nothing in here in these this packaging or this bottle. There's nothing. See that? So I've taken them because I was vomiting and having strange issues with my health or something, and then all of a sudden I started having pain and like weird weird pain I started having while taking these, or like when I was about to start taking these, I started having pain in my stomach and pain in different parts, and now it's strange. Now I don't have the pain again. I don't have any pain in my body, and then again I'm still stuck with the uh, wooziness or the feeling like vomiting and stuff like that. So I have to go back to the doctor. So I'll figure out. Um, No, the doctor said that he couldn't. I mean, when I went to the doctor, the thing is that I went to the doctor, and the doctor took my he checked my the high blood pressure. Then he did other tests, and then he came back and said, "Oh, take these medications, and we'll see how it goes. So you're taking them for a week." And then that's how it was. So I took these for a week. There's nothing in the bottle, and I guess nothing really changed, except that my body stopped hurting. Like I used to get, when I started taking these, for some weird reason I had stomach pain. Then I had like weird pain in my stomachs or somewhere in my body, weird inside interior. So I took these medications. Then they say, "Oh no, yeah, if you don't get a better result in a week or two, you come back." So I did take them all, and nothing. So I'm gonna have to go back after Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is here. So I don't think I'm gonna go until next week after Thanksgiving's over. So I had different issues that have been affecting me. So I don't really know. So maybe I'm gonna ask them to take my blood pressure. To take out blood, then give me X-rays. And I hate the blood part, because then it hurts. Like it hurts. It really hurts. But I'm gonna ask them to do it. I'm gonna ask them to take out blood, X-ray me, see what's with me, do more in depth, because I told them the issue from the beginning. I told them I feel like I'm have a vomiting, I'm having this kind of pain. And uh, first off, let me finish and then I'll get to it. So like I said, I've been having different issues. So I told the doctor, and he said, "Oh, uh, I told the doctor," and he said, "Oh, I'll fix. I'll help you." So like I said, he gave me these medications, and it doesn't work. So the problem with this vomiting thing is that it's not always. It's like depending on, like, I don't know how this thing works, to be honest. Sometimes I feel like I'm vomiting for no reason. Sometimes I don't vomit. I don't feel anything for 3, 4, 5 hours. Sometimes it hits me like it's like a pregnant woman, to give an example. It's like a pregnant woman. When she's pregnant, then sometimes it's like random. Oh, she feels like vomiting at 4 in the afternoon, or she feels like vomiting at 3 in the morning. So, like I said, it's just random. But for me, at nighttime, I don't. That's the weird part. The At nighttime, when I'm inside the house, I don't feel I don't feel anything. But during the day, if I go outside and I'm outside, I feel super horrible. But when I'm in here, I kind of have this horrible thing, but but I guess I have the restroom. So if I need to vomit, I just go. So like I'm saying, this medication that the doctor prescribed to me, it's over the counter. So he said that this thing was supposed to be like for a virus. He said that because I ate something. So I've eaten stuff before, like the thing that really finished my stomach, that made me really sick, really sick. I feel like the first one was that I ate seaweed at one of my at this church I was going, but I'm not going anymore because I've been sick. So I haven't been going. So like I said, at this church I ate seaweed, which like I said, I felt like that one was the beginning of my downfall. After that, I started vomiting. After that time, I started vomiting. So uh so that's what I'm saying. Like I started vomiting. So it was crazy. And after it just went away. I just said, "Oh, it's just something that is temporary." It's like I ate something, so I just vomit, and it's over. And then after I never felt anything after that, like too bad. I think it happened like twice at their house that I vomited because I ate too much or something. Because I felt like I think what happened was that I ate at home and then I went there and they said you're gonna eat this. You better eat. So I ate and then I had like a little bit of vomiting. So every time I went to the house I said I'm not eating because I already ate at home. But it wasn't too much of an issue because I felt like it wasn't apparent. It wasn't like wow, it's in my face that I'm vomiting because I'm eating. Uh, I can't eat not even a hamburger. No, what happened was that it was because I was overeating or something at that time, or something. I don't know. Uh, yes, maybe some acid reflux. Maybe. Uh, I I I have this Well, my mother, she has her friend that her husband, I guess you say her husband or her boyfriend, but they're not married. This guy has acid reflux, to be honest, uh, and he takes Pepto Bismol and sometimes Alka Seltzer, but he never feels like vomiting. He just says like he feels like he has heartburn or something. I don't know if they ever fixed them because I haven't seen them in a while. I remember used to sing them because of my mother. Because my mother used sometimes she would say, "Oh, when they had a party or something, they said you're coming over to see our friends." So I did, and like I said, the guy, he had acid reflux or something that his stomach would always be in. I mean, his body was like burning or something, and he used to take Alka Seltzer, Pepto Bismol, and I think like uh mineral water and sparkling water and all of that stuff. So that was the crazy part. And then I forgot to show you that I have this other tablet that says that it's just regular Tylenol, which we have Tylenol here, which is Advil, which says that it's very powerful. But this I think it says like it's around 500 milligrams the Advil. Well, this one that says it's generic, a generic tablet, which I still have a lot because my stomach is not hurting too bad, so I don't take these medications too much. But it says that it only has 325 milligrams tablet. Like I told you, the Advil, I believe it has like 500 or 520 milligrams. So that's way more powerful than the Rite Aid, the stuff that I picked up that they gave me at Rite Aid. So that's a little weird. And you were asking me about Turkey. Yes, I mean no. We don't. Well, this is the first time though, because since I moved, uh, yeah, I used to I used to cook it. It used to be cooked, but now that I moved here, I'm not sure yet. I think there's this place that I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I am getting the turkey, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna cook it again. But I remember last year, I was going to Boston Market. I was going to Boston Market to try to get one. But I believe that at Boston Market, which there's one in Downey, I think it's on Firestone. If you guys know, Downey, there's a Boston Market on Firestone, close to I think it's Downey High School. I know Downey because I used to live there back in 2004 or 2005 at Boston Market. So I mean, not at Boston Market in Downey, and so I know the place very well. So let me tell you something. I'm the type of person that doesn't really like no. I think the Boston Market one. I think they sell you they can sell you the whole turkey, or you could buy a plate. I think you could buy a plate. I don't think I think you could buy the whole turkey. I never thought about that one, but I've only seen that they sell. plates of turkey too, like a meal, like a side meal, like say you go to El Pollo Loco and you get a meal. I think it's the same thing with the turkey. So I remember back in I remember many years ago there was this restaurant in Pico Rivera, which was on Whittier, and I believe it was Whittier and Durfee, which was called, I think it was called Mario's Tacos. And there was a day where you could go in there, and they would serve you free turkey. I think it was because of the Royal Rangers or something, like from a church or something, that they had the Rangers, and they would have a special day where you go in there and they would serve you free turkey. So that was pretty nice. I think it was on the day of Thanksgiving or the day before Thanksgiving that they would serve you turkey. So that's pretty nice. But I haven't, since I moved. I don't think I've ever. I mean, when I used to live in Montebello, um, I don't. I think the place closed down or something. I don't remember. But that was it. So like I'm saying, the turkey. I think we're gonna get it cooked. I'm gonna cook it up here, and I'll see how it goes because I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. So, like I said, my health is not doing too bad. Like the doctor said, I don't really have any issues. Apparently, I don't have any issues. But I'm gonna tell them when I go back next week. I'm probably gonna tell them, give me, like take my blood test, take my blood, and X-ray me and do all these other things, so we can figure out what's wrong with me. So I don't know if it's catching up to me from before, where the problem that I've had, the problem with me, or the thing that I feel like maybe the issue is that before I used to eat a lot of hot Cheetos. I used to eat a lot of hot Cheetos growing up, so a lot of hot Cheetos and Cheetos with cheese because like um, at the places that I've lived, there's been like liquor stores and many places that used to do like the ice cream trucks that used to pass by, and they used to sell hot Cheetos with cheese, and then you could get your soda, or you could get your, yeah, your Gatorade or something at the ice cream truck. So I used to love it because I used to get also the nachos. I used to get the cheap nachos until one day they became too expensive. So I said, forget the nacho truck. I mean the ice cream truck. Forget buying the nachos there. Get them at a regular restaurant because they're about the same price. So for the price, you get the beans, you get the cream, you get the cheese, and you get all kinds of goodness other than just the nachos and then the cheese. So I felt like that was pretty dumb. But like I said, growing up, I used to be the type of person to be drinking soda constantly, drinking soda, saying, "Oh, I want my Coke, and I want my hot Cheetos, and I want my hamburger." So that was me growing up. Um, that I guess that's because because I used to be around my grandmother so many times, and growing up she used to say, look, I want you to have $20. Take the $20, go to the restaurant and buy yourself a hamburger, and buy yourself your soda, your Cheetos, and whatever else you could. So growing up, it was pretty nice. So maybe I'm saying acid reflux or something's off. But what's weird is that this thing recently happened, so it can it's probably not acid reflux, or I don't. Maybe it is because, like I've told you, you've seen. No, probably you guys never saw in a video or something, but uh, about a year ago, I think I started feeling woozy this year, like back in January, February, March, and April, and probably May, June, around June or July or something. I don't remember, July or August or September or something, I started feeling this wooziness after eating that seaweed. And I've gone to the doctor and they've said, I mean, I've gone to different doctors, and but first what I did was that I did the like the nutrition. I've gone to the nutrition centers like GNC or what's the other one? I just know GNC at the moment, and I took their like week or month of cleansing your stomach or cleansing yourself, and it didn't work. So that's the reason I'm here at the doctor with these medications, and they don't work. So, like I said, I'm gonna have them take blood because I've gone to the doctor multiple times, and they've taken out blood from me, and they've said, yeah, you're okay. You don't really have anything to worry about. You don't have an issue. You're not you don't have any issues. So go on. And like I said, 2 years ago, I was in the same thing. Like I was good. Like 2 years ago, I stopped eating. I've told you guys, I stopped eating hamburgers. I've stopped eating uh, nachos, burritos, tacos, and all these other foods. Like all these other things that are considered junk food, like eating tacos, eating hamburgers, hot dogs, eating like people eat random stuff. Like I used to be addicted to like going to McDonald's. I know McDonald's is horrible, uh, McDonald's, going to Taco Bell, going to like Wendy's and all these places because like I said, when you're outside, you don't really have the thing of saying, oh, I'm gonna eat healthy food. I'm gonna eat a salad, like not really. And many places that sell you salad, they're like really weak salads that like frozen, like the chicken is cold and it's just so bland. It's like, ugh. And then that they have this the other issues that you have you have these other salads that claim that they're the best. They have bacon inside, and they have uh they have the taco salad and the tostada salad, and they have all kinds of different salads, and then and then people give you ranch or other dressings that are also bad for you. So it's not really good. So like I said, before, I tried my hardest not to have food, but there was times where I used to go to McDonald's at certain times and say, "Oh, I'm addicted to having a chicken sandwich," like those chicken sandwiches that at one time or another they used to be like two for $5. I think they were those um those new sandwiches that were supposed to be uh the competitor to Chick-fil-A and what was the other one? KFC and what was the other one? Popeyes. They were like the contenders to try to say, oh, our chicken sandwich is the best. So I used to go and then I used to get sometimes chicken nuggets, and I used to get the Big Mac. I think it was just the Big Mac, and then what was the other one? Uh, the Big Mac, and then it was the other one. What's the other one? Oh, the fish fillet. I remember that, the fish fillet. So that was like the thing I would get, and then the chicken nuggets, then the soda, and then the fries. So that is a lot of uh, bad stuff. Like that's a lot of badness. And then sometimes I would say, oh, I'm feeling hungry for some Taco Bell, and then you have their tacos or their chalupas, and then you get all sick and I don't want to remember. So it's kind of hard to give up the junk food. Like sometimes I would say, oh, it's summertime. I want to have my Coke. I want to have my hot Cheetos. I want to have my Doritos. Like who doesn't hear Doritos and say, "Oh, I want Doritos with a Coke." So that's that's the thing. that's the thing I'm trying to go against eating all that junk, because like Taco Bell is not healthy. No way is Taco Bell healthy. Like I've had a lot of people I've spoken to in person, and I've asked them, do you go to Taco Bell? Do you ever go to Taco Bell? And most of them have told me, no, I don't go to Taco Bell. I go to a Mexican restaurant and have real tacos, or I cook at home. So that is that's the thing that I'm saying. Like I think I already told you this last time, the same thing, but it's crazy. It's totally crazy. So I'm not going to these places anymore. Anyways, I can't even eat that stuff anymore, because sometimes I eat these things and my body just feels like it's being filled up very quickly. Like the food that I'm eating is filling me up very quickly, that as soon as I'm done eating, I feel like I wanna. So that's why I'm eating less. And is it reflecting on my weight? Mm, so I've gone down from, since I'm not like 5'9" or 6'1" like most people are, that they say, oh, I'm tall. No, I'm like around maybe 5'6", 5'7", and I am uh I am going to say that I weigh like around 150, I believe. I've gone down from 160. I've always been like, growing up, I've always been like in the same range of 160. I'm like 160, 165. Then I dip down back to 150. Then I go back up to 160. So it's not like, wow, I've gained a lot of weight, or I've gone up like to 170, 180, or 200 pounds. No, never. I've been stuck at 160. No matter what I do, I go down to 150 or 140, and then I'm back up to 160. It's not like I've ever been at the range of 180 or 200 or 210. Like some people are at that range, really really heavy, which is unhealthy. So maybe you're correct. Maybe I am in the I have acid reflux or something. But like I said, uh, I used to eat. I used to be the guy that says I want spicy stuff. I want to eat spiciness. But I've done it in the past and nothing has happened. But I've given up. I'm like, I'm not gonna eat spicy food either, because if I eat spicy food, it's gonna affect me some way or another. So I'm like, if I'm gonna have spicy food, it's gonna be a minimum, minimal. It's not gonna be boom. I'm gonna eat the spiciest thing out there. No, just minimum. Bring it back down to a spice that's tasty and still gives you a little kick. Not the thing where people say, "Oh, I'm doing the one chip challenge where I'm gonna eat this Cheeto or whatever that thing is, that Dorito or tortilla chip that is like has scorpion in it and has a habanero and has every single chili that there is, and have it be super spicy and burn my stomach." No, I want to live. I don't want to have myself be in that situation. I don't want to be in that situation, and it's just crazy. So like I said, I'm gonna have to go back to the doctor in a week or so. So um, just so you guys know, I went from where I live, which is the Inland Empire. I went back to LA. So I went to Pomona recently, and I have to say, wow, Pomona. I'm gonna have to say, if you're comparing Pomona to like Montebello, I have to say that I feel like Montebello still. I have to say it's a little bit better. Like Pomona is like, to me, in my opinion, Pomona is like LA. Pomona is like LA. I haven't gone to San Bernardino though. Like, I haven't really gone around San Bernardino. I just went to certain places in San Bernardino, which is not too bad in some places. But I've been hearing that in San Bernardino, I've been hearing that people say don't go to San Bernardino. It's abandoned. It's like an abandoned area. And then sometimes people say, "Oh no, don't go there because the police will harass you and they'll do these things." So I never really went to San Bernardino. But like I said, at the church I was going to, at the when I was okay, this girl, she said she was going to a college or something in San Bernardino, and I actually asked her. I said, "Do you actually like going there? Do you actually like going there?" And she said, "It's a nice. The college is nice, but the exterior and everything around the college is trash. It's horrible." So, um, I'm not really familiar. Like, to be honest, I'm not really familiar with, like, say, like in the Inland Empire. If I had to tell somebody, if I had to give a tour of the Inland Empire, say like East Vale, Upland, Pomona. I mean, not Pomona. Sorry, East Vale, Upland, Ontario, Fontana, and all these other places like Colton and all these other places. I would say I don't really know the areas. I've been here, I've been to those areas, but that doesn't mean I know every single area. It's not like when I grew up in when I used to go all the way to Los Angeles, and I used to go to Hollywood. I used to go to Burbank. I used to go to Downey, Norwalk, uh, because I used to go to many places, many places, but I never really live stream any of those places because at the time, uh, YouTube had that issue where you had to have 1,000 subscribers in order to go live. So that was a huge issue. That was a huge issue for me at the time, that I couldn't live stream because, oh, you need 1,000 subscribers, because if you don't have 1,000 subscribers you can't get on YouTube. And now that I have the ability to go live, um, I still don't go live actually, like when I go outside, because sometimes the internet's dips and it gets bad. But I've used Streamlabs, like I mentioned before. I use Streamlabs, and when it works, it works. But sometimes it doesn't work. Like right now, the app is not working properly, so I haven't gone live outside, and I can't really trust going on YouTube because YouTube has the issue where if you get cut off, sometimes it will reconnect, and sometimes it won't connect again. So it's like giving me issues with YouTube. So this is the reason why I'm only using YouTube when I'm indoors with a stable connection. Like right now I'm on Wi-Fi. So what was the thing I was saying? Oh, that I'm more familiar with the LA County. I'm more familiar. Like I grew up there. I was born there. I know a lot of places in LA. Like if you tell me, if you ask me, oh, where's where's Best Buy in Montebello? I'll tell you it's on this street, and this is the directions you're gonna take to get to it, to Best Buy. Or say you're in Downey, and I say, look, if you're standing, let's say you're standing on, for example, let's say you're standing on Paramount and Paramount and oh shoot, oh shoot, I really don't, I really don't know the street. Um, it's Oh yeah, my bad. My brain just got a little fuzzy. Let's say you're on let's say you're on Paramount and Telegraph Road. So it's in Downey. say you're on those two cross streets. I think that's I think I sometimes get confused between Paramount and Rosemead. I still confuse those. I still to this day confuse just those two streets. I'm like, is this Paramount or is this Rosemead? So those are the only two streets I still confuse to this day. I've always confused them. But like say, if I confuse Whittier Boulevard with Beverly Boulevard, no, I'm never gonna confuse those. It's like saying, what's another one that you can say are parallel? It's like saying Florence and Firestone. I'm never gonna confuse Florence with Firestone. But I do like I said, I always confuse Rosemead with Paramount. So like I said, those are the only two streets that I always confuse. So like I mentioned, that is the only like I mentioned, going through those two. I mean, when you're saying you're in Paramount or Rosemead, I don't know which one is it, Paramount or Rosemead, to let's say you're trying to get to Stonewood, I just say continue on Rosemead or Paramount, go all the way, make a left on Firestone, and you're there. Or if you want to get in through a, a street before, you could. So I know my way through things in LA. And when I've talked to people from church, I said, look, I know LA, I know this street, I know that street, I know this road, I know how to get to the Dodger Stadium, I know how to get to downtown LA, I know how to get to what else? I know how to get to Hollywood, I know how to get to, let's say, Santa Fe Springs, where the swap meet's at, the night swap meet, which I don't really like that swap meet, to be honest. Now that I'm now that I'm talking about that, I'm not really a fan of that swap meet because, like, if you go, like, they don't really have good food. Like before, when I was okay and I used to go, uh, honestly, I don't really have anything to say that they had good food. Like their food was bland. It's like when I've gone to golf and stuff, their food is horrible at golf and stuff. Golf and stuff. For those of you that know golf and stuff in Downey, California, I mean no, not Downey, Norwalk. I think it's considered Norwalk. It's not Downey anymore. It's Norwalk, which is on Firestone in Norwalk. But it's horrible. The food is gross. Like a pizza with like the pizza's like flat out garbage, and then the hamburgers, they're like some generic hamburgers that they give you like at school, like the school lunch. The hamburgers, there's like nothing, just a piece of bread, just two pieces of bread and the meat and probably a slab of cheese. So like I said, it's horrible. Like golf and stuff is horrible. Even the arcade, when I've gone there, it's horrible. Like the arcade, there's like nothing special, and then all the arcades are all the same now. The ones that are left, that they say, oh, you pay us $1 to play the game, and and then when you're done playing the game, oh, I got first place at the crappy game. Like let's say you're playing Cruisin'. I think that the new game is like Cruisin', or I think it's called Cruisin' Extreme. I think that's the name of the newest game. Where I've gotten like multiple times when I used to go to golf and stuff. Multiple times I used to get first place, and what good does it make? You don't get a free game anymore on none of the arcade games. Plus, you what was the other thing? Oh, plus some of the games are old. Like you still have Capcom versus, I think it was Marvel versus Capcom, which is like old. I remember playing that game back in the day and it was really fun. But having it now on the screens that look like they're burned out, like it's not fun. What was the other one? Um, like yeah, it's just horrible. Like golf and stuff is horrible. And I remember when they shut down golf and stuff because of COVID. They shut it down, and it was shut down for a long time. And they said it, people were reopening, and golf and stuff still was closed. And the only reason I like going to golf and stuff, even though, like I say, it's crappy, is because it's actually because golf and stuff. I'll be honest with you. The main reason why golf and stuff to me is trash like I said, is the arcade. You have to pay them like $1 or $2 now, and then you don't get a free game anymore. Plus the arcade games are old. And then what's the other one? Uh, what's the other one? Oh, the other one, like I said, the only reason I like going there at the time was because of COVID. That that many of the wait. Yeah, COVID. I think it was during COVID time where many where golf and stuff was closed for a long time, and I didn't like that. I said it's closed. It's closed. I cannot go. Like there's nothing you can do anymore because COVID. They said, oh, everything's closed down. You can't go here. You can't go outside anymore. You can't do anything. They even said you can't even go to the park and do anything anymore. So you just had to be inside, and it was horrible. But when they opened up golf and stuff, like I think many of the places were still closed. It was like this sucks. Many places are still closed, like during the COVID season or whenever they claimed it was COVID, and they're still claiming COVID is still around, and they're still pushing that COVID is is still an issue. So, eh, I don't really know. So like now that I'm here in the Inland Empire, I've gone to the arcades, and I really have to say that there's nothing really special. There's nothing special that I've seen. It's not like wow, I see something special at the arcade. No, there's nothing special at the arcades I've been to. Like I've been to the one in Upland, which is called I think it's called Bullseye. I think it's called Bullseye, and then there's another one in Colton that I went to, and it sucks. And like it's not really an arcade at the one in Colton, and I don't think it's an arcade either. The one here in 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 Upland. I don't think it's an arcade, but I have to be honest. I think arcades are dying because people have consoles at home. But there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, I don't have a console, or I don't like playing console games." Like me, I don't really like playing console games anymore, unless if I probably decided one day to stream on YouTube, have a setup, or create my own setup to play video games for YouTube or something. But I don't really have that. I don't really feel like doing that because, like at the moment, you have to pay for the you have to pay for the internet connection. Like you already have internet at home with the home internet with your ISP, and then after you still have to pay to access the internet through PlayStation or through Xbox or through the Nintendo Switch, and then it's just a lot of money that they want now. So it's like you're already paying for the internet, and then you have to pay on top of that. You have to pay another fee to access the internet because you have to create your account. And I used to like when the PlayStation 3 was out. The PlayStation 3 was an amazing console only because you could access the internet. You could play like say GTA 5. You could play it on the PS3 without having to make a payment of every month and say, "Oh, I have to pay." And at that time I wasn't really into like having internet because I was just using my cell phone as a hotspot. And the hotspot was good for the whole month. It was good for the whole month. It was just like boom, there it is. I don't really have an issue with the hotspot. But now that things are a lot bigger, and not even hotspot works anymore because 30 gigabytes, or I think it's 30 or 40 gigabytes that now some people have, or 75 gigabytes, and like hotspot's not even worth it anymore. So uh let me see something. Let's see if I could do this. Let me just put it on here. So now that I'm back, I don't know if the stream cut out a bit or not, but like I'm saying, now that people are streaming 4K, even people now have up to 8K, 8K, but really it's 4K. So the 4K is the driver right here. So people cannot use hotspot anymore. Say, oh, I'm gonna watch 4K on my five my 15 gigabyte plan, or 50 gigabyte plan, or but when I say 50 gigabyte plan, I mean the hotspot, not the data, because the data itself is, I think most people have unlimited data now, unless if you're cheap and you cannot afford it. I mean, not cheap, but I mean, if you cannot afford it. I'm not here to uh say, oh, you guys suck. No, if you cannot afford it, like there was a point in time where I couldn't afford things. I couldn't say, oh, I cannot afford internet, because I used to be like, internet was like, uh, my mission to get. My mission was to try to get internet from ISP, not be on a hotspot, because, like I said, using your hotspot or using your telephone for uploading and doing stuff, heavy, intensive work, it's not good. It's not good at all. Like, how can you say, oh, I'm gonna have I'm gonna use I'm gonna use my cell phone to upload this giga this gigabyte file, this 1 gigabyte file. I could say, um when I lived in Montebello, I had AT&T maybe for 2 months because of the issue that happened. The issue that I've always mentioned to you guys, that I got blam blam blam. So I got the internet. I had only like 100. I think it was 100 megabits per second down, and like the maximum 20 megabits per second up, which was better, way better than my cell phone's internet, because I think at the time my cell phone's internet used to be all over the place. It used to be, oh wow, you get 40 megabits per second down, and then sometimes, oh, you're getting 20 megabits per second down, or sometimes you're getting 13 megabits per second down, or 5 megabits per second. So it's like all over the place, up and down and up and down. And then the upload was all over the place too. Sometimes showing 30 megabits per second up, 10 megabits per second up, 5 megabits per second up, 3 megabits per second up, and it's horrible. And I think I recently went back to Montebello, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy that AT&T, because that's my wireless provider, cell phone provider, and it's crazy. They have uh they have mid band, which, for those of you that don't keep up with the mid band and millimeter wave and all these other LTE and 5G and 5G plus and 5G ultra wideband and 5G ultra capacity, you don't follow none of that. Uh, like I said, I went to Montebello, went back to where I used to live, and I got this connection called 5G plus, which is essentially not the millimeter wave portion, the high band. It was the mid band, um, which was what's it called, 5G plus, which is the mid band, which is the C band, which is called C band, which when I was there, I got like speeds of 100 something megabits per second down, and then I got like upload speeds of like 30 or 40, like 30 or 40 megabits per second up, consistent, consistent, which I went like around 2 o'clock where most people are using the internet, and it was pretty good because, like I said before, I couldn't get even close to those speeds, 100 megabits. Wow, that is crazy. So that is crazy. Montebello has a lot of 5G plus, which is good enough for uploading stuff to the uh, to the internet. But like I said, I do have to admit and say that right here where I'm at, my internet's consistent. Like on my cell phone, it's consistent, consistent on the 5G. It's consistent. I get like 100 megabits per second down, sometimes 60 megabits per second down, 70 megabits per second down, 80 megabits per second down, and then the upload is not consistent. That one's a little bit iffy. Sometimes I get 9 megabits per second up, 10 megabits, 11, 20, but nothing more, nothing where I'm going to say, oh, it's 30. Now I get up to 20 megabits per second on the up. And then the lowest I've ever gotten was like 3 megabits per second on the upload. So I do have to say the download is consistent, very consistent. But I still use Wi-Fi because, like I said, it's not good for YouTube. Those upload speeds, they're like all over the place. And what else was I going to say? I don't know what else I was gonna say. Uh oh, that for those of you that haven't seen my sister on at all on this YouTube or any of this, is because uh back like 2 or 3 years ago, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 years ago or 4 years ago already. I don't really remember because it's been a very, very long time. She disappeared. What happened was that she got with this guy and she disappeared with him. We know where she lives, but it's not good. It's horrible where she lives. Okay, so first off, she lives in East LA. Okay, let's put it. She lives in East LA. I'm not saying the streets. I'm not saying anything, but she lives in East LA, and she she lives with this guy and her whole family. Uh, and according to my sister, she says that she has like 10 people living in the same house, which sucks. Like, this is what sucks, and I'm gonna have to say it. I'm not saying it because I hate I hate them or not, or I feel I'm angry or something. No. Uh, what happens is that my sister, like I said, she disappeared like 3 or 4 years ago, and what happened then was that she didn't finish school, and apparently her boyfriend uh okay, so let me tell you, she left with her boyfriend, and like I said, they live in the same house, but I think my father said that he went to her house or to their house, and it's nasty. Okay, so first off, the house, he said that it's falling apart. The roof has a hole, so apparently when it rains, it gets wet. And then the other one, the restroom is not working properly. Uh, what else do I have to say? There's a lot of bad things Like the restroom is not working properly, the shower's not working properly, the walls are have holes in them. The windows are just, instead of having actual curtains, you have blankets covering the windows. It's just horrible. It's gross. It's so nasty in there with all kinds of a huge mess inside, and it's just nasty. And I met the guy. I met the guy. I met the dude, and I don't like him. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't like the dude because he's a person that says, "Oh, I'm gonna live my life, uh, never working. I'm not gonna work. I'm just gonna wait for my grandparents to die or pass away, so I could inherit the house. And then when I inherit the house, I'm gonna start fixing it up." Like you gotta be kidding me! Like you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm not gonna get a job ever. I don't want to work. I want to live the easy life of getting uh, government assistance." And then you say, "Oh, I have nothing. I have no money at all." So that's the way the system works, where they give you month to month. They say you're gonna have only, let's say, $500, and that's going to last you the whole month. You're not going to be buying expensive stuff with that. You're not going to buy a house, or you're not going to be able to fix anything with that money. That's money just gonna help you to buy food, and that's it. It's not so you could be, "Oh, I'm gonna have a good meal." No, you're not. It sucks. It's horrible, man. So that is something I do have to say, that that guy is a total brain. He's dumb. He's dumb. He says, "Oh, I'm not gonna work. I'm gonna be the guy that's just gonna stay home and be a lazy bum and wait for my check to come every month and claim that I have back problems, or I don't know what kind of issues he claims he has." So that is horrible, man. Like, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do better for myself. I'm gonna buy I'm gonna work so I could have a car, so I could be able to buy food." Like, come on, this guy doesn't even have his own car. Come on, he doesn't even know how to drive. He doesn't have a license. He has nothing. And when he goes from point A to point B, it's skateboard, scooter, bicycle, or feet. His 2 feet to get from point A to point B. And and I have to be honest, like, who's going to go, let's say you're going to go from downtown LA to Burbank, and who's going to get there faster? A person in the car, or a person walking, or a person getting the bus? Like, I've gotten the bus before, don't get me wrong. I've gotten the metro, and I hate it. No, actually, I don't hate it. I dislike it because the metro is like the worst bus out there. It's like it takes maybe 30 minutes for you to first get the bus. Like, I remember one time I took the bus from I think it was from oh boy. Oh man, I don't remember. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, I took the bus from LA all the way to Hawthorne, but that was because I was underage. I couldn't drive at the time, so there's the issue there. You can't claim, oh, this guy does, he's 20 something and he can't drive. No, yes I can. Uh, let me just see something. Okay, so right before I end off, I'm gonna say it. I took the bus from LA to Hawthorne, and it took over an hour just to get to Hawthorne. Okay, and I think I'm talking about when you're in the Placita Alvera and you take the bus to Hawthorne. It is horrible, horrible. It sucks. So I can't say, oh wow, it's nice to go to. It's nice going on the bus. No, who's gonna go to Disneyland on the bus? Come on, who's gonna get there faster? A person that is in the car and drives from point A to point B, or a person on the bus that goes from point A to point B to point C to point D, and so many other buses just to get to your destination. Like where I live, there's no bus anywhere. I mean, there's no direct bus to any place. Like say you want to go to the mall. I'm gonna say mall, but it's the outlets. But say you want to go to the mall, you drive. You're driving. You're not getting the bus. That bus is gonna first take you. Let's say, okay, so I live close to the. I live in the direction of the outlets. So it's like that. Let's just say a straight line. Let's say, for example, a straight line. The bus, instead of going straight to to the outlets, first you're gonna go this direction away from the outlets, then you're gonna go another direction straight, and another direction like maybe going back to like LA, and then another direction, another bus to get you to away from, like you're going away from LA. So it's like it's crazy. Like there's different buses, but they don't directly take you to the destination you want to go to. All these buses take you to places that don't really. They're not really shopping centers. Like it's not gonna take you to a shopping center and say, oh, you're going to Ross. You're going to, because like if you guys ever been to the outlets right here, the Ontario Mills outlets. Uh oh, all right. So just let me finish off. So if you're going to if you're going to the outlets, you're taking the bus. I mean, you're not taking the bus. My bad. You're driving to the car. You're driving in the car. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm saying you're going. You're going. You're going in the car. But like I said, most of the stores and most of everything of around Upland, Ontario, Riverside, Fontana, they all have to come. We all have to go to Ontario Mills, and almost all the stores are located in Ontario Mills. Okay, for those of you, I mean, for the people that live like in Fontana, I mean, Upland, um, Ontario, Eastvale. I think I'm not sure. Corona, I think, falls under it. Where on Chino, they, I think they all have to go to. No, I don't think Chino, but I think Upland. They all have to go to the Ontario Mills for the outlets to say, oh, you want to go to a J.C. Penney? No, actually, I I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be really honest. Uh, Ontario Mills is indoors, but it's like Citadel. Like if you've been to Citadel in Pico Rivera, I mean no, City of Commerce. I was gonna say Pico Rivera. I don't know why. In City of Commerce, they're about the same, except that the stores are outdoors, and right here the stores are indoors. So there's no stores like JCPenney. There's no Macy's. There's no, what's the other one? There's not a lot of stores that you see in the mall. There's no JCPenney. There's no Macy's. Um, there's no what's the other one? I don't really remember. There's a lot of stores that they have, but there's none of those are the ones. So, like I said, you have to drive here. You have to drive to get to your destination because everything's far away. Everything is definitely very far away. So that's about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I guess I'll catch you guys in another exciting video.